Oh yeah, baby, he is dominating right now.
I can't remember the.
Can you quote our whole theme song?
Oh, there we are. Okay,
Yeah.
it's working. It's working. All right. Full disclosure, Daniel and I just sat here for like 2 full minutes talking, thinking that we were live. But I forgot to hit. Well, there's a button that I had to hit.
Opposite of live.
The button that I had to hit said "Go live," and
shocker.
Had I hit the button, we would have been live. But now we are live in a very professional way, as is our way.
Professional. The most professional way.
Yeah. So thank you for watching our live show. We have no producer today. Andrew has abandoned us and left the state. He's fleeing to another state, trying to escape Washington.
Oh, is he just? I thought he was on his way back.
Oh, yeah.
Or is he just leaving?
Actually, he's probably home now.
What?
He said...
Slacker.
I asked him on Thursday, what time are you getting home on Sunday? And he said, probably not early enough.
That's evasion if I ever saw it.
Yeah, but also, you know, he's coming back from a trip. He's a long drive. He's probably tired. And then having to come back from that and deal with us.
Yeah, the best part of his life.
Yeah, good point.
Never mind. He's got a lovely wife and a dog. 2 dogs.
So we are the best part of his life, definitely.
Somebody just sent you some cryptic messages over there.
This is
like
stats.
Numbers and circles.
Numbles and circles.
Circles. What stat is it though?
See that name right there? Ooh,
I do.
Wait, hold on, phone.
Maybe you didn't zoom in like a
See
million
that name?
times.
See that name? I think that's
Timones?
carries and that's yards.
TCB.
So I think the numbers that we got in the other email were not correct.
What does TCB stand for? Total carry balls?
Like total carries by?
And then what's
Total
YGR? Yards
yards
ground yards?
gained running.
Yards. What kind of stat sheet is this? What is TCB?
I don't know.
Total control by? Dude, you need to ask what that means.
No, I'm just going to say thank you because I asked someone for something and they sent it to me.
All I know is I've seen stats on the internet and I never see TCB as a stat.
There used to be a frozen yogurt place called TCBY.
What did that stand for?
Don't know. Hey Siri, what did TCBY stand for?
Did it stand for yogurt? Total cool butt yogurt?
Siri is picking up your voice.
Total cool butt yogurt.
It won't stop because we haven't stopped making noise. So it's going to keep adding everything we've said to the search.
But we can't stop talking.
What does TCBY stand for? The country's best yogurt.
Oh. So is this the country's best carries? I don't know. Chase says it sounds suspicious. I agree.
Yeah.
Weird codes, weird Monty codes for
modes.
Stats. Monty codes, modes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
So we have an interesting show for you today because there's no Andrew.
Is interesting the right word?
Ian's calling. Should I just put him on speakerphone live?
Yeah, just make sure he knows he's live on the air.
So he doesn't say something?
Yeah. About Canada or something.
Ian, you're live on our podcast right now. Don't say anything that you normally wouldn't.
Other than just to make sure that you knew that Micah only scored 4 touchdowns, not 5.
Thank you. We had that conversation before.
Yes, we did.
Just wanted to make sure that was accurate.
Yes, that is. I did go. No, I'm pretty sure Riley Wixon had one of those touchdowns. Also, what is your opinion on dark-colored jerseys with dark-colored numbers?
Nothing ruins my day more than getting a call wrong, and I had 2 significant ones that Daniel had to correct me on, that ruined the broadcast for me. So I have very, very strong negative opinions on it. I don't want to use the words that I would normally use right now, since there may be little people listening.
Yes, good call. I've heard rumor that that's going to be, those types of jerseys are going to be outlawed next year, so we can all rejoice.
They should be. And honestly, those ones weren't as bad as others I've seen. I've seen dark gray with blue before, and this at least had a little gold trim around it, but still, it was not good.
We saw some. Justin and I were talking about some Black Hills ones a few years ago that were white on white. Oh yeah, those are miserable.
Yep. Yeah, no, those ones, and then I've seen some dark ones too, but those ones were horrible too.
All right, man.
Take care.
This is how we secure high-level interviews with local media people. We just call them on the phone put the phone right up to the microphone. This is how professionals do it.
I thought maybe they're on the air, and then as soon as Daniel picked up, I was like, oh, darn it. So
no, it made the show better. All right, I'll see you later.
Later.
Bye, Ian.
That's how professional we are, you know? We just...
Should I call Rob? Like, just put him on speakerphone?
Yeah.
Should we do it?
Yes.
Okay.
We got to have allow for... I was going to say allow for equal time, but then I remembered that that's like an election thing. Like, we don't have to allow equal time for our friends on our podcast.
Have to.
Also, I keep saying radio. Oh.
Oh, no.
Dude, Rob gave you a fake number?
We text all the time. What are you talking about? He's in our group chat.
Are you sure it's the same number?
Hold on. This is my favorite show already. Rob Burns.
Let's see.
Oh, I think I tried to call his work number.
Oh, that wouldn't work. Wait, okay. Oh, it's ringing this time.
Oh,
so
it's
we have
ringing.
a real number.
That's good.
Yep,
That's good. Hey, Rob, the podcast is live. How are you doing? I'm great. We just talked to Ian on speakerphone. We thought it only fitting that we also call you and talk to you on speakerphone during the show. So wanted to get your thoughts on mainly on jerseys that are dark numbers on dark jerseys. What are your thoughts on that?
They need to be burned and never come back. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, we've heard rumor that they're going to be outlawed next year, so there's hope.
Thank you. No, seriously, whoever talked to the football gods for that would be phenomenal for everybody involved. Fans, workers, players, officials, radio guys, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you must be talking about Thursday night then, right?
Yes. Yep, absolutely.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. I was sitting next to William Raybone doing PA, and that is a well-run machine. All I do is just hit buttons, for the scoreboard now. Those guys, I don't even get in their way. I let them roll. And it was pure chaos for 2.5 hours. It's like, who was that? Hey, Jake, who was that? Was that a 6? Is that a 9? Who is that? Oh.
Yeah, on the radio, we were particularly having trouble with 4, 14, and 19. Like we kept messing up all those. It's like, there goes Adonis Hammonds, and then after the play, I'm like, nah, shoot, that wasn't Adonis.
19 is Waylon something.
Yeah, 19 is Waylon Palmer, and 14 is somebody Hyatt.
Oh yeah,
yes.
The kid with the kick return.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
Well, that's all we had for you, Rob. Appreciate it. Yeah.
No problem. No, I just wanted, just to make sure, if you just needed another layer of what in the heck are they doing out there? Yeah, that I am more than eager to provide that. So
okay, appreciate it.
Oh my goodness. You're welcome.
All right. Have a good night, Rob.
All right, you too, Justin.
Bye.
Hey, Daniel.
Bye.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, you too, man.
All right,
Bye. Who should we call next?
Should we just start calling people?
It's like,
Who else
do you have Sparks' number? Should we call Forrest?
Dude, we could call Forrest. Do you have Forrest's number?
Yeah.
So
I think we should probably do our own show for a little bit, though.
I was enjoying this. This was fun. We could call my dad. Like,
You want to call your dad?
dude, I wonder, he kept, yeah, he's excited about the Beavers game.
You want to call him?
Dude,
Call your dad.
I'm going to call my dad.
This is going to be our show today.
Dude, this show's, we have set new heights. All right, it's ringing.
Okay, make sure he knows immediately what's going on. Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, Chase
Might
said
not
Chase said the jerseys in Aberdeen were horrible on
Yes.
Thursday. Yeah, he was there.
So bad.
I talked to him.
Okay. Might be nap time or meal time.
Oh man.
Darn it.
Oh, Dad didn't answer. We'll see if he calls back. If he calls back, we'll put him on.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
All right. What were we talking about again?
I think we were just calling people.
Oh, he's calling.
Oh, Dad's calling.
All right. Hey, Dad, you're on speakerphone live on our podcast right now.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. All right.
We wanted to talk Beavers.
Do you want to talk about the Beavers?
What?
You want to talk about the Beavers on our podcast right now?
No.
Dad's the best.
All right. Love you too.
Bye, Dad.
So, nominating Micah for Player of the Week.
Oh, I
yes.
like it. Micah Schroeder.
Yes,
It's a good nominee.
We will take that nominee for sure. 4 touchdowns.
Yep. Okay, 4 touchdowns, and he's a great aide in Pacific Care too.
Glad to hear that.
Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. All right, Dad. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
You did not want to talk about the Beavers.
What a good sport. How many people would just be like taking a random phone call and being like, "You're on a podcast. Talk about things."
Talk about it now.
I mean, if that happened to you or me, we'd be like, "Okay."
I
but
like
there's-
how. So my mom answered the phone for him.
Yeah.
And I said what I said. Obviously, you just heard that. But in case you missed what happened in the background, my mom said, "Oh, you're live on the podcast," and my dad goes, "No, I'm
No,
not."
I'm not. And then you were like, "You want to talk about the Beavers?" No.
Yeah, as much as we were excited about that win, it is kind of, as I'm wearing a Cougar jacket, not exactly like the prestigious Pac-12 championship that was.
Your dad is one of the most direct people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah,
He will tell you what
Yeah.
he thinks about you
absolutely.
and what about what's happening.
Yes, 100%.
I appreciate that about him.
All right.
So I think that's going to do it for our show today. We'd made a few phone calls. Do we need to do anything else?
I think we're supposed to talk about our sponsors a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? You're listening to the Scrimmage. Very professional podcast.
There's still 9 people watching
with
this
sponsors. Dude, Forrest is watching. Didn't you just try and call Forrest?
No, I didn't try.
Oh.
I said we should stop farming out the responsibility of our own show.
Darn it. He does say the WSU-OSU game was a hard one to watch. Yeah,
He also said Tay.
Tay.
But I
Oh,
think
he hit send
he
on the
hit
first
send
one.
on accident.
Yeah.
It's a little typo. Kind of embarrassing. I'm glad we didn't just call him out for it during the show. Yeah, that would be bad.
Anyway, we do have sponsors.
For now.
The Law Office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz. Do you know how many times we've said that for now? And we still do. By the way,
They don't
real
listen.
estate law helped me out with some real estate law.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daniel has a new place.
I'm in a house now.
You no longer
We don't
live.
own it or anything.
you
We're
don't-
just in it. We're just kind of squatting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Like everybody's living situation is different.
Yeah.
You guys are squatting in a house that you found empty.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, nobody else was living there.
That's how
It
we
doesn't
got
hurt
into the
anyone.
basement in the first place.
Yeah.
But
That's
we
how
finally
I got this house. Found an empty house. Just moved all my
Moved
stuff in.
There you go. Nailed it.
It's been easy living.
Yep. I'm out of the basement now, though.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. I wouldn't since we're represented or we're sponsored by a law firm though, which handles real estate law issues.
Yeah.
I don't think we can legally recommend people to just move into a house that's empty that they
that's
see.
a good point. That's
so we probably should have that disclaimer.
and you
just
know
because it
what?
worked out for us doesn't mean it will work out for you.
And you know what else? Seeing that our other sponsor is a real estate agent.
Maybe you should. Hey, but you know what? Segue. Seamless segue. Perfect segue. If you're looking to buy or sell a home,
Yes.
talk to Spivey Realty Group.
Yeah.
Kevin, happy to take care of you.
Absolutely. Chris, also happy to take care of you.
Yeah. Kaylin, I think.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah.
Yep.
Happy to take care of you
Absolutely.
for house buying and selling
Yeah.
stuff, which I know a lot about.
GraceHarborRealEstate.com.
I bought a house once.
I'm kind of buying a house.
You're buying a house.
Yeah.
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 You're buying a
Anyway,
house. Yeah.
those are our sponsors. And by the way, we will do our Spivey Real Estate Athlete of the Week. We're going to do that. We've got nominations, including my dad's, of Micah Schroeder.
Yeah.
Not only did you see that he threw in the escalator there, not only the 4 touchdowns, but also an excellent aide at Pacific Care.
That is an escalator.
It is.
Yeah,
It
for
really
sure.
is. Yep.
And he was good. He was really good. I was there that night.
Yeah.
He played a really good game.
Yeah.
And anytime
And we also you're
I
going
was
to
just
say
gonna
it.
say
You're gonna say
anytime
it.
someone beats Tenino
I was going to say that too.
makes me a happy guy.
Take
So
that.
thank you, Micah, for doing your part to beat Tenino.
Yeah. Yeah. Way to, I almost said something there, but I'm just going to say, yeah.
Thanks, Micah.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Bobcats.
Thank you. Anytime, you know what bums me out is they have the Beavers as a mascot. And so I'm
Sometimes I say suck it, Beavers.
well, it also makes me, it just makes me like sad every time I have to be like, oh, I hate Tenino, and yet they took my mascot and made it bad.
Yeah.
Terrible. I still I'm still disappointed with our local major schools mascots around here. Grizzlies, Bobcats, Bulldogs, Eagles. Can you get more generic? I mean, you can't get more generic than Bulldogs. We've done that in trivia multiple times. There's like 100 Bulldogs.
Everyone is
teams out
the
there.
Bulldogs, and I don't
Everybody.
really get it.
Right.
Like, what? I understand, like, a Bulldog is kind of like an immovable object.
Yeah, like it's squat, but it's not even like the best
It's
dog.
not even the best dog.
Like there's lots of better dogs.
Like, can we be the Montesano Great Pyrenees?
Ooh. Or the Montesano St. Bernards.
Or German Shepherds?
Or Anatolian Shepherds.
Yeah.
Or Pit Bulls. I feel like a Pit Bull would be a better mascot.
Well, that's the most dangerous dog.
Right? Like, wouldn't you want your football team to be named after a Pit Bull?
Maybe.
Like,
Bulldogs.
those things are yoked.
But, like, but the point of it is it's not just that the Bulldogs aren't the best dog. It's that everyone's the Bulldogs. It's like the most common mascot everywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
Bobcats is a little more unique.
A little. Yeah, you're right. Out of the 4, the Bobcats is the most unique. But look at the Montana schools.
Mm-hmm.
Montana Bobcats, Montana State Grizzlies. Or is it the other way around?
I don't know.
I don't know. They have the same colors, though.
I think
It's
Montana
weird.
is the Grizzlies.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
But also, like, a grizzly is a massive, horrific, intimidating animal.
Yes, but also not native to our area. Eagles?
Definitely native to our area.
Definitely.
And the symbol of our country.
yeah. But the Eagles, that's, like, there's a lot of eagles out there.
There's
dude.
also, like, is it a bald eagle? Is it a harpy eagle?
Oh, that's true. It doesn't say. It just
A
says
harpy eagle is like so a bald eagle is basically like a vulture with a good PR agent. Like a bald eagle, it's a cool bird, but it's kind of a scavenger. Like, it's not really all that great. It just gets it's a symbol because it's our nation's symbol.
Yeah. It's
But like a harpy eagle is like,
I don't know what a harpy eagle is.
it's like the fastest, most cool bird.
I thought a peregrine falcon was the fastest bird.
Look up harpy eagles.
I've never
You
even
will not.
heard.
Should we call a harpy eagle?
We should definitely call. a
See if we
harpy
can get
eagle.
him on the phone.
Let's get one on the line.
Yeah.
Harpy eagle. Oh, what the heck?
They look really cool too.
Oh, they look like what? Is that these pictures kind of look like an owl.
Like, they do sort of have
and then
that
they
look.
turn sideways and they've got like a mane.
Why is a harpy eagle better than a bald eagle?
That's a loaded question, sir.
The harpy eagle has larger size and weight than the bald eagle, which gives it an advantage when hunting larger prey such as monkeys and sloths.
All those poor sloths. Dude, they are yoked. Dude, what? Dude, how have I never heard of these things? These guys are, look at, like, if you're watching the, oh, now you're just
the ring light. Yeah, sorry, the ring light ruins everything.
Look at that thing.
Google search harpy eagles and then, like, don't just look at them, but then also, like, look up some of their specs. Like, they run like a 3.940 yard dash.
Dude, look at their stats, bro.
Look at their stats.
They have like 99 speed.
They broke
and strength.
They broke the record in the agility test, and their vert is insane. You know how many reps they did on bench press? Not a lot, actually, because they don't have arms. But anyway, harpy eagles, way better than bald eagles.
Dude.
Sorry, USA.
Yeah.
We should consider switching the national bird from a bald eagle to a harpy eagle.
Yeah, even though they're only in Central and South America.
Still America.
Not the right one.
What do you mean the right ones?
Oh, no.
Oh, you're canceled, buddy. You're canceled.
Dang it. I'm done. I'm out. Oh.
Well, do we want to talk about any of the football games we watched this week?
We should talk about some of the football games we watched this week. So we both watched the Aberdeen Tenino game.
Yes.
Take that, Tenino. On to Thursday.
Take that, Beavers.
That was I just feel weird saying that. Closer than I expected, but also I feel like Aberdeen was kind of using it like they didn't go everybody full tilt the whole time. And I don't know if that's just because I noticed that Micah was only playing offense for like the first part of the game, and then they kind of just mixed him in on defense. Maybe that's been happening since he had that injury.
I think he has been like either not playing defense or playing limited defense because they're deeper at they're deeper at linebacker than they are in the offensive backfield. So,
they're pretty deep in the offensive backfield.
I just mean like the impact of not. That's true because we've seen even when Riley and Micah were out that Sam Schreiber stepped in and was amazing.
Yep.
But it hurts more to not have him on offense than to not have him on defense.
Yeah. But I thought that the game, like I said, the game was a little closer than I expected it to be. But then when you kind of like look at the situation of it, really the only way this game mattered weighted-wise was that if they dominated, it might have looked better to whoever was doing the state seedings.
Right.
And maybe that was the slight edge they needed because news came out today. Well, we know that they have to play that play-in game with Mark Morris down south on Tuesday, Day.
Mm-hmm.
But if they win that game, they have to go to Spokane instead of hosting. Yeah. And it looks like they don't release the seeds because I don't know why they don't release the seeds.
I think it's because they want to reserve the right to change the order of the teams in the state round depending on what happens in the crossover round. Well, what would have formerly been the crossover round that's now like a regional play-in round.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be nice if it was a regional play-in round instead of hey, you're on the coast, you should go to Spokane.
Yeah. Or like
how many times have we seen this happen?
Well, we saw it literally last year when Colville had to drive 6.5 hours to get their butts handed to them by Montesano.
Trashed.
I mean, that was not a close game.
No. Could you imagine that bus ride home?
Yeah, that'd be rough. Yep. I mean, I have driven to the opposite side of the state for state playoff games before. I broadcast a game at Riverside.
Yeah.
When Monty played Riverside. They lost, but it was a good game.
Yeah.
But they lost. It sucks.
Yeah.
You know, making all that travel in one day. A lot of times, like when the teams, like when Monty traveled to Royal, they go the night before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you try to get up and make it as normal of a game day experience as possible, but it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Long drives, it just makes it difficult. By the way, Forrest messaged and said if we gave him a call, he could discuss the OSU-WSU game, the Aberdeen game, and a Hoquiam game preview Monty's game with Annie Wright. But he also said he could give people advice about walking into abandoned houses.
What?
Forrest is a lawyer, so he might have some legal advice about walking into abandoned homes. Chase also says there's an abandoned house that's falling apart right next to a giant hole in the road in Elma if anyone's interested.
Is the hole in the road an added benefit? Like, is that like?
I think it's just an extra place to live. Like if you get there and the house is already taken, you can go to the hole in the road.
Oh.
There was a flashing red light. I think someone's leaving.
Is someone leaving, or are we getting arrested?
It's probably my son going to open gym.
When people find out that we're squatting.
It's a red light, but there's no blue lights, so I think we're okay. Yeah.
I thought you said Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm not blocking in that car.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You just blocked the mailbox.
Yeah.
But we don't have mail today, so you're good.
Take
you're good.
That postal service.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Eagles?
Aberdeen.
No, yeah. We're past the Eagles. We're back to Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that game, saw great performances by Micah. I love the accuracy of Mason Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that how they're using their offense too. I feel like they do a good job of leaning into the strengths of their team, and like you don't have to chuck it deep to have a successful passing game to spread things out.
Yeah, just use the whole field.
Use the whole field, and I think that was illustrated perfectly by the fact that Adonis had 6 catches for 36 yards. Like, caught almost everything that was thrown at him. There was one that was like high over the middle and rifled by Mason Hill, where it's just like
there was a sideline shot too. Like there was a early in the game, there was a sideline deep pass that looked like it really looked like it was there, but they just kind of slightly missed the connection on it.
And it would have been a sick catch because it was like over the outside shoulder, keeping his feet in bounds. It was a great throw, though,
I thought. But it's one of those like great throws that also would be an awesome catch if you can haul it in.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it would have taken both. There was definitely no way anybody but Adonis was going to get to it.
Right.
Which is probably how you want to do it on a pass like that. But he caught everything, almost everything that was thrown to him, and yet only had 36 yards. But, like, it was an impactful 36 yards, I felt like. It either got drives going or key first downs, stuff like that. And then, on the defensive side of the ball, it was really fun. I was just I happened to just be watching Adonis on that play where he had the interception. So on random plays throughout the game, something will catch my eye before the snap, and I'll just start watching that player. And I saw Adonis switch sides of the field to cover that little receiver for Tenino, Austin Johnson, who had done some great things. And I saw that Adonis came over to cover him. I was like, oh, that might be a better matchup. Make sure that he's covering him. And he goes and he does as much as you can a jam coverage in high school, because I'm not sure if you're actually allowed to in high school.
I think you can a little bit right at the line.
Yeah. So he does that, and then he runs a couple steps with the receiver like he's going to cover him in man, and then breaks off to cover a flat like he had the flat zone the whole time. But he sold that he was in a man amazingly, and then undercuts the little out route for the interception. I was just gushing about it on the radio call of how awesome of a defensive play that was from a DB standpoint, to just completely sell the fact that he was doing one thing and also disrupting the first route with the sell of that, and then passing it off to the safety, undercutting it was just beautiful, beautiful football.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to see Adonis back on the field. He missed quite a bit of time with an injury. Shoulder, collarbone, like somewhere up in that range. Yeah. He was out for a bit. And I think Aberdeen, like, aside from the fact that technically Micah's probably not going to be fully healthy at any point, like he's going to be playing through his injury. Yeah. They've kind of gotten healthy at the right time. Yeah. Having Adonis back in there, having Riley back in there on both sides of the ball, which, like, Mike is amazing, but if you consider both sides of the ball, Riley Wixon really could be their best player. Like, he's an incredible defensive player. Yeah. And just like a torpedo. He just plays so hard and he hits so hard.
Did you see the play? He didn't have a stat on this play, but when Tenino ran the end around pass, there was some just poor, hapless, like, offensive lineman. So he was like a big dude, like, coming out in pass coverage for the guy throwing it. And Riley just made the decision, like, I'm not going to go around you. And he just blew the guy up.
Yeah.
And the guy almost flew into the guy who threw the ball.
The crowd went ooh when that happened.
Dude, it was awesome.
It was amazing. But that's what. So Riley, if you look at Riley, like he's not the most physically imposing guy.
No.
He looks strong.
Yeah.
But he's not the most physically imposing. But he just hits like a freaking jackhammer.
Yeah.
Like if you ever watch him make contact with another person, the other person's always like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like the other person gets jarred when they make contact with Riley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think what his performance was excellent, and he's healthy at a great time for this team.
Yep.
You know, you can't go through the defensive performance without mentioning Luke Martin. Felt like he was making, for a safety, coming up making tackles all over the place, not only in the defensive backfield, but also on run plays around the line of scrimmage.
I had him with 5 in the first half, and I think 9 total. So 9 total tackles from
a
safety
free
spot.
safety spot.
And he was
But he plays in the box a lot.
He plays in the box, and there was a couple times where I was like, man, Luke goes hard like at the beginning of most of these plays. You better make sure on that read if there's play action.
Right.
And then like 3 plays later, there was a play action, and Luke bit hard. Thankfully, the rush got to the quarterback, so he had to roll out. But there was a tight end like wide open down the seam, and Luke was like 5 yards behind him. And I was like, oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But the majority of the time, he was just making tackle after tackle, and it was absolutely needed that he was down in there, putting his face in there, making a ton of tackles.
I'd be curious what you think about this too, but I think to me, I've been so impressed with the way this Aberdeen offense is run this year, by comparison to some previous iterations where they're multiple. You know, they run, they pass, they use the whole field. When I watched them play Centralia, I was like, I really, really thoroughly enjoyed watching the way their offense was called and the way the kids executed it. I thought the final play, the final drive just before halftime, when they had something like 36 seconds to go score, was a perfect example of that, because they had used other plays to set up a misdirection play where everything flows to the right, and then Mason gets to look to Ryder Creamer down the field, going towards the left on the seam, and hits him for a deep ball that sets him up for a touchdown. I thought Ryder had a great game.
Yeah, Ryder had a really good
But,
game.
I mean, I don't want to ignore the fact that Mason played exceptionally well. I feel like, you know, from when I've seen him play over the last couple years, he's really come a long way. To the point that he's actually the type of passer that I feel like you can really count on in moments that you need it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that he's done a great job, and ever since this year, it seems like he's just been dialed in. So he's been a ton of fun to watch. I'm trying to think of, Ryder had a good game. There's somebody else out there who stood out, and I'm blanking on the name right now.
On pass catching?
Well, I mean, there's Gabe Matthews' band, who was playing with a club and still playing receiver and still making catches. Like, that was just ridiculous. But no, I wasn't thinking pass catching specifically. I just remember in how they were playing, I thought somebody else stood out.
Well, Gabe had 3 catches for 22 yards. Adonis Hammonds had 6 for 34. Ryder had 2 catches for 60, and Micah had 1 for 11.
Yeah.
From a rushing standpoint, Micah Schroeder, 22 carries for 128, and Riley Wixon, 9 carries for 71. And that really was their whole offense. Like, there's only a handful of guys who were actually gaining yards from scrimmage for them.
Yeah, I was thinking more on the defensive side of the ball. Glennie Black.
Yes, and he came out injured at one point in the game and then went back in and played really well.
Yeah, he had a heck of a game. I was calling his name a ton.
I thought Cole Nylander made some really nice plays around the line of scrimmage. Was it Carter Kolodzi also?
Yeah, he's always around the ball.
Always around the ball. And I'm going to feel bad that we're forgetting some guys, but there really were some good performers on the defensive side of the ball for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple different names. Brody Sherman was playing corner as well. Can we talk about this game without bringing up the most bizarre offensive play I've ever seen?
Which one?
The one where Austin Johnson for Tenino caught the ball 20 yards down the field and then proceeded to have
run backwards 20
He
yards?
had the play result in like a 12-yard loss.
It was the weirdest thing ever. It also wasn't at a desperate point of the game.
No, like they were down by 7, I think. And so if first of all, he catches the pass with space. and a chance that if he just continues running the direction that he was running, might have got to the pylon. Like, it would have been close. He probably would have got tracked down because I can't remember who. I think it was Micah actually out there with him. But it would have been close. Instead, he tries to stop and cut back, and then he realizes that's not a good idea. But instead of, like, doubling, like just dealing with it and going down or getting tackled, he proceeds to run backwards, angling backwards the opposite direction, and then stops, and then still, now he's back at the line of scrimmage. Instead of taking his medicine then, he turns around and angles back further the other direction. And the whole time I'm like, this is not 2004 Madden with Mike Vick, bro. You can't just run back and forth until the whole defense comes into a pile and then you run around him for a touchdown. Like, I felt so bad watching it, and then I was like, this is Tenino. I don't really feel bad.
No, I don't feel bad either. I think Austin Johnson is a home run hitter.
He's so good, though.
He's really
how
fast.
Small he is.
He's really fast. He's been like a kind of kick return specialist guy in the past too, even when they had better skill play, like other skill players who played ahead of him. But I think what goes through your head at that point is like, oh shoot, I already cut back and lost 5 yards. I better make this a big play or else I'm going to look really stupid.
Yeah.
And so then he kept running back and then back and then back, and it ended up being like the initial spot that he was in was really close to a first down too.
No,
right?
It was a first down.
It was a first down.
It was like a
wasn't it
20-yard gain.
But wasn't it like a second and really long because they had lost some yardage?
Yeah, but it was easily a first down. He caught it around the 7-yard line. Like,
that was just wild, man.
He caught it at the 7-yard line, and he ended up like back at the 30.
Yeah,
it was the weirdest play I've ever seen. And like I said, he had some awesome plays. I think he had multiple touchdowns. No, he had one touchdown at least, but some catches that were in traffic and just like impressive catches. And then that play happened, and I was like, "What is going on?" It was wild.
So, nice win for Aberdeen.
Yeah,
we know what's up next for them. They have Mark Morris for a pigtail on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a home pigtail?
It's at Mark Morris.
It's at Mark Morris. Okay,
yeah.
So if they win that, then they travel to Spokane to play West Valley.
Dude, Mark Morris is in Longview.
Yeah.
Panda Express is in Longview. Maybe we should go to this game.
We hit some Panda pretty hard back
Panda
in our
Express,
day.
Yes.
So yeah, really excited to see what happens for Aberdeen. I think it's when we're talking about like big picture stuff, it's tempting to kind of overlook, we don't exactly know if they're even going to make it. They have to win this pigtail to get to that round of 32. Yeah. And then if they get to the round of 32, are they going to make it to the actual state tournament? This Aberdeen team won 6 games.
Yeah.
They won 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into a season knowing right off the bat that 2 of your opponents are Tumwater and WF West.
Yeah.
The fact that they went 6-3 is pretty gosh darn impressive.
Yep.
And it's a lot better than what we've seen from Aberdeen teams in the past. So I just want to take just a quick moment to mention and celebrate that accomplishment of what Aberdeen was able to do this season, finishing with that record. And regardless of what happens on Tuesday and regardless of what happens next weekend, this was a very successful season. And I'm sure coaches and players are not going to be able to feel like it's a successful season unless they do something a little bit more.
Right.
But for my book, as someone who was attending Aberdeen football games when I was in high school and watching them play and how difficult 2A is and how difficult their league is, consistently having to play against those 2 powerhouses in their league, knowing that they were able to accomplish what they did this season is pretty cool.
Absolutely. And it's a shame that if they get through this Mark Morris team that they'll have to travel to the other side of the state. We brought that up already, but this is a team that its resume is pretty darn good too. Like, it's not like they just beat a bunch of slappies for their 6 wins. Like, they took down Olympic, which had a great year. Their other loss came against Stellicum, which had a good year. They knocked off Rochester handily, which we saw Rochester play extremely well against good teams as well. So it's like they played a really, really good season, and it's something that I think the computers recognized.
They did. The last Evans ranking had Aberdeen at number 13.
Yeah.
So,
and I think we wish that I think if they were 13 in the Evans ranking, that we wished that they wouldn't have to travel in this round. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really sucks.
It is possible, though, that the math they're doing is like this is an Aberdeen-Mark Morris combo, and Mark Morris's case for being a host might not be as strong. So what if you make what if you do that where you like make the winner of this game a host, and then Mark Morris wins, and they're 4-5? Ugh. Then it's kind of lame for a team to have to travel to Mark Morris to play, which is part of the reason why I think the pigtail is stupid.
That's a good point. That pigtail is stupid. Like, figure out a different way to do that. And I get why Greater St. Helens gets more teams because their league is huge. But I'm sorry, if you're placing third and you have WF West and Tumwater in your league, that means more than taking fourth or fifth down in Greater St. Helens.
You could still give them the advantage and have a 4-3. You could even rotate it year after year over year.
Yeah.
Like the idea that they have to play this goofy little pigtail game, I think it sucks.
It really does suck. That's brutal.
Yeah.
What'd Chase say? Chase said something.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Oh. So we're just not going to read it? Or was that the pothole one? No, he's talking about Tenino.
He said, my take was Aberdeen came out and tried to gauge what Tenino was going to do, and then they stopped their run pretty much the rest of the game, which is true. Tenino was the best when they were passing the ball, but they want to be a running team.
Yeah, that's true.
All accurate.
All very accurate.
Yep.
But yeah, this Aberdeen team, and it's a group of seniors that I've said before, I love this group of seniors. Partially because I coached them in baseball a few years ago, but they are all kids that I just really enjoy being around. And so it's a big senior class, too.
It's a huge senior
class. It's about the same size as that Monty class that is also huge.
And when you get into postseason situations, experience really helps you.
Yep, absolutely. So just a quick look at West Valley. If they get past Mark Morris, they went 9-1 or 8-1 this year. Let's check the resume. They lost to Lakeside.
Lakeside's 1A, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah, Lakeside's 1A. Pretty sure. They beat Timberlake, never heard of him. Riverside, Pullman.
I think Riverside's 1A too.
Pullman's 2A. Rogers, Clarkston, Deer Park.
Deer Park used to be 1A, now they're 2A.
Now they're 2A?
Yeah.
Deer Park. Dude, hopefully Braden's not listening. North Central. Dude, these are like fake. These are like AI generated high school names. Our mascots might not be original, but listen to the West Valley. First of all, is this a Disney movie? Timberlake, Lakeside.
Yeah, Troy Bolton plays for West Valley.
Riverside. Does he really?
No, but that was a High School Musical reference.
Yeah, I know it was.
Okay.
Rogers, Clarkston, Deer Park, North Central, and East Valley. The only team that doesn't sound like it's AI on this schedule is Pullman. Like, what are we doing? I guess Deer Park.
There's stuff in Pullman outside of Wazoo.
Not really. But there's a bunch of people who work at Wazoo, and they have kids, and they make up Pullman High School.
Okay.
Yeah. But outside of the college, Pullman, Washington is about the size of Hoquiam. Or at least it was when I went there.
Forrest said Lakeside is 1A, and they lost to Colville. Remember, Lakeside was that 1A team a few years back that went undefeated but didn't play anybody all year and got a 2 seed?
Yeah.
But then when a Monty team goes undefeated and doesn't play anybody all year, they get like a 7 seed or whatever it was.
Yeah. You know why?
East Side bias.
East Side bias. And you know why? Darn... Red. Who are the Royal people?
All Reds.
All Reds.
Yeah, freaking All Reds, man.
I almost said Redenbach.
All Reds and Redenbachers are always ruining it for us.
Darn All Reds carry too much weight.
Well, we talked a lot
like
of Aberdeen.
Won 5 state titles in a row.
Let's talk a little bit of Monty Elma football, and then we'll go to our athlete of the week. And we're gonna do an athlete of the week for this week, but we're also gonna discuss the nominations we got from last week because we didn't get a chance to have a show last week. By the way, apologies to everyone. Our show has been super chaotic.
Yes.
This football season.
Yep. Lots of life going on.
Daniel's been moving. Andrew's had a whole bunch of different stuff going on at different times.
3 families, if you actually think about it.
Yeah.
Because I helped move my dad.
Yep.
I helped move the people who previously lived in my house.
Right.
And now we just moved into the house.
Yes, and that's stacked on top of the fact that you have 3 children 4 years old and under in your house.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't have as good of an excuse, but I've been like my weeks for during football season include me spending all day Saturday every single Saturday for about 2.5 months traveling to my son's football games because he plays college football, which I'm not going to complain about because it's a blessing and I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it does take up all of Saturday every Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and so then when it makes it more difficult to do stuff on Sundays, and then I just feel like every Sunday there's been like one of us has something going on that makes it so we don't get to have a normal show. So we're going to settle in pretty soon here.
And then it'll be Thanksgiving.
But we're gonna bring you shows when we can and how we can, and we're apologizing for the fact that everything's been a little splintered and difficult lately. But we are definitely.
Look at you apologizing to the listeners. Never thought I'd see the day.
I take it all back. I take it all back.
All right.
We have maintained from the beginning we do this show for ourselves, not for you, not for our sponsors.
Spencer's.
Not for Spencer.
Definitely not for Spencer.
Spencer Lovell's a nice kid, though.
Yeah.
But not for Spencer, not for sponsors, not for you listeners. We do the show for ourselves, so we're going to do it our way. So I take all of it back. Screw you, listeners.
There it is. There's the Justin I know and love. Again, our sponsors, who we don't do the show for, are Spivey Realty Group and the Law Office of Jeffrey Damashevitz.
No relation.
Thank you so much for what you do. What's the A stand for? Did you ever tell me what the A stand? I don't think you ever have.
Shh.
Oh shoot! I also still don't know who the Godfather is.
No, you don't. We're going to bring the Godfather back. I forgot about that.
I don't know who the Godfather is.
I haven't talked to him in a while. I have to contact him.
Wait, okay, that's a hint. If you haven't talked to him for a while, dang.
Or did I just mean I haven't talked to that version of him in a while? Let's talk a little bit of Monty Elma football. I don't think we need to go too deep into this game. It was what we thought it would be. Monty has been a really good team this year. Elma has struggled.
They are who we thought they were.
Elma has some really good players, but not good depth. And so this season has been difficult.
Yep.
The weather was horrible.
Terrible.
I was standing in it.
Ouch.
And I want to know what you think about this, actually, Daniel. I think umbrellas are unmanly.
Oh yeah.
I also think. Here's my 2 big things that I will always refuse.
Okay.
I think umbrellas are unmanly, and it might just be a Pacific Northwest thing, but I think it's a masculinity thing. Also, blankets in public. 100 times out of 100, I will refuse a blanket in public.
Even if you're sitting down?
Yes.
At a football game?
Yeah.
Wow, so you're like going against Monty culture with that. Because isn't like the blankets
Well,
like
they
a
sit
Monty thing?
on the blankets. They don't.
Oh, so is that okay?
I
don't know why I'm being so vindictive here.
Let me put it this way. If there's a blanket there, I will sit on it, but I will never bring a blanket to sit on.
Okay. I can buy that.
But at this game, and I do want your opinion on this, but I need to confess something a little bit.
Before you do, I want to say that I think umbrellas, I'm not sure the manly or unmanly part, but it's more of like you grew up in Western Washington, especially Grace Harbor. You don't use an umbrella.
Yeah.
You were born in the rain, molded by it, raised in it. Like,
you're not going to say it like Bane?
I was really close. But molded by it. I was born in the dock.
So at this game, I was standing in the north end zone, like off to the corner.
Okay.
And just raining on me. I was ready. I had multiple layers, but it was still cold, and I was getting wet.
Yep.
And a friend of mine who has a son on the team came over. He had an umbrella.
Yeah, okay.
I stood under his umbrella while he talked to me. We talked for probably 20 minutes, half an hour.
Wait, you talked to someone for 20 minutes, half hour? I know you did that just for the umbrella.
I like this person.
Okay.
I like this person. I enjoyed the conversation. I legitimately was happy to see him and speak with him. And I enjoyed the time that we talked together. But I also enjoyed being under the umbrella while the game was going on.
Now I want to know who the person is.
Well, I can't say it publicly because I just said that it's unmanly to have an umbrella.
Good call. Good call.
but I'll tell you after the show is over. But what's your thoughts about umbrellas and blankets in public?
The only time that I've used an umbrella in public was at the Festival of Lights parade when it was absolutely pouring. Was that 2 years ago?
Oh, is that the one we saw you there?
Yeah. Well, I see you at most of them.
Yeah, good point.
At some point, but we were spotted up like down at the corner.
Yeah,
I think it was 2 years ago because I think last year we were like at the end of the parade.
Did you have it to protect yourself and your children?
Yes, that was the reason. I had 2 small kids that I was trying to protect, and then we gave it to a mom and her little kid because I was like, oh, my son's got like a nice raincoat on, and these people don't have raincoats. Then I found out after the parade, my kid's little kid raincoat, not actually waterproof, and Anchor was just soaked to the freaking bone.
Poor
and
guy.
I just had him out in the rain going, wow, you're okay, kid. You got a coat on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad about that. But yeah, most of the time it's for my kids. And this is like definitely a pride thing. Like it could just be pissing down rain. No, that was like PG-13 there. My bad. Ooh.
It's
Raining
somewhere
really
between
hard.
PG and PG-13, which I think is what we strive for.
Yeah.
So I think you're okay.
And I will purposefully, like not only purposely not use an umbrella, but also walk into the store instead of go quickly. Because I'm just like, I'm born in Grace Harbor. I can't show weakness when it's rain. I just have to walk and take it.
Chase said that he saw me standing under the umbrella and he thinks I lose my man card.
I love
Chase,
that he noticed. That
I
he was
love,
like that.
you know what? I love the fact that Chase came over and talked to me. He was like, he actually had responsibility, like he was doing stuff for Elma during the game. But at halftime he came over and he came over and chatted. I also saw him at the Aberdeen Tenino game. Got a chance to talk to him for a little bit. I always enjoy that.
Dude,
So Chase was not the one with the umbrella.
I saw a bunch of people at the Aberdeen game, and I was like, what are you doing here?
It's what happens when you play a game on Thursday.
Yeah, like I ran into Brooke, and I was like, what are you doing here? Wrong team. And she said, we just love football.
Yeah, the Chase was there.
Right.
William McGaffey was there. I talked to those guys for a while, and I like seeing those guys. Some Elma guys at an Aberdeen Tenino game, and we can all unite when someone can beat Tenino.
Absolutely, 100%.
I didn't actually talk about the Monty game.
No, you didn't. We should probably let you talk
just
about the Monty game.
real quick. Horrible weather.
Monty Elma game, by the way.
Horrible conditions.
Bias.
Well,
people have noticed on our show, Justin, that we have Monty bias.
It's true.
On it. I'm not sure if you knew that.
I've never shied away from it.
No, you
it's
haven't.
real.
You're wearing a Monty T-shirt.
What do you mean?
And I think that's the other thing about our podcast. We do it for ourselves. So while we talk about and enjoy and support all the other teams, I'm obviously Queen biased, and you are obviously Monty biased.
I can't change it. It just is what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, it was kind of what we thought it was going to be. Elma's in kind of a rebuild mode, which I think is unfortunate because there's some really good players on this team, including Isaac McGaffey, who's in his senior year, and I think is just a really talented and special player. But this Monty team, man, it's just a different beast. They are incredibly deep. We talked about they have something like 17, 18 seniors, and when you go up against this team, they've got their starters. They've had some injury issues with the starters. Tarek Gunter has still been out. Hopefully he'll be back for the playoffs. They're one of their starting running backs. And Torrin Kreitz has been dealing with some injuries. He's one of their starting receivers. Those guys have been kind of in and out of the lineup, but you get to replace them with other guys who are really good. So, Tarek Gunter was out in the game, but then Carter Smith comes in. And Carter Smith is so good. That's a really dope helmet, by the way.
Not gonna lie.
Carter Smith is really good. So when Tarek Gunter is out and you get to replace him with that, and then it's the same thing, Caden Stott comes in to replace someone on offense.
Yeah.
This Monty team is just a different beast with the depth of skill players that they have.
Absolutely.
That they're going to be the team that's pushing for state semifinals, state title game. So if you're Elma and
Is Tarek back, by the way?
He didn't play this past week.
Okay.
But he's getting close.
Okay.
And is hoping to be back for playoffs. But it's just the whole point of saying that in the first place was that, like, yes, Elma's in rebuild mode, which I feel bad about because they have some really good players. I think Isaac McGaffey is really good,
So good.
and a special kind of athlete, and keep your eye on him during basketball season because I think Elma is going to be good during basketball season, and Isaac's going to be at the center of it. But them going up against this Monty team who has just such a depth of talent, it ends up being a 42-6 win. It was what we thought it would be.
Yep.
Zach Timmons, depending on what stats you look at, he rushed for somewhere between 174 and 247 yards.
That is a large difference.
It's a really large difference. And we'll wait. When the Daily World article comes out, we'll see what the official stats they have are. I got stats from the Elma side and from the Monty side. They didn't agree. In an unusual twist, the Elma stats had him higher than the Monty stats did. But I'm not surprised by that because the field was really muddy, and it honestly would have been really hard to see numbers. And when you're trying to keep stats for the opposing team, it can be really hard. Zach had a great game.
Well, speaking of hard to tell numbers, like everybody who touches the ball out of the backfield for Monty is like 4, 5, and 6.
That's true.
So it's it's
a good point because Timmons is 4, Carter Smith is 5, Caden Stott is 6.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
They're all about the same size.
Yep, and then you throw like a little screen pass to Isaac Hawkins, and he's 9.
Yep.
So a lot of similar numbers out there.
Tough.
So I think this game was what we thought it would be, and I think it helps lead Monty. They're probably a little annoyed that they allowed a touchdown towards the end of that game, but I think it helps lead them into a playoffs that they have really high hopes.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens in their opening round game that they'll host next Saturday at 1:00 against Annie Wright, and then we'll go from there.
You'd hope that they'd be able to beat some random girl named Annie at football.
You would think that, but Annie's pretty good.
Are they? Do we want to look at Annie Wright? What's their resume look like?
Well, there's not a lot of good crossover. Like, it's hard to tell. They're 7-2. But
right before we get to that, you were talking about the depth of this Monty team.
Yeah.
I know I've said this before, but it just blows me away that an athlete like Brody Williamson is like not like an afterthought, but like he's not a starter. I think he might start on defense, but he's not a full-time player on either way. He plays a lot.
Either way.
He plays a lot.
Yeah.
But the dude's like 6'1", 6'2", 200+ pounds and runs really well. Back when he was on JV a few years ago, I think he had like 100 touchdowns in one game. Do you remember that?
Yeah, 200 actually.
200 touchdowns in one game. No, but the guy's a freak. And yet this football team's so deep with seniors that him as a junior, like, he's just one of the dudes. And that blows me away because if he played for Hoquiam right now, it would be at like an Anthony Louthan style offense. Mm-hmm. Whereas like, hey, we're going to snap it to this guy and he's going to do something.
Yeah.
But instead, he's just like, he plays some tight end, plays defensive end.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Brody's going to be a big part of the team next year for sure.
He might be the only part of the team next year.
They're
all seniors.
They have a really, like, there's so few juniors. There's so many seniors on this team that there's a very, very limited number of juniors who really see the field much at all.
There's him. And
Max
the
Peterson
starters are Max Peterson and
Carson Wisdom, but I think Carson might be a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a sophomore.
Yeah, so they've got a couple of lower class guys on the offensive line. But really, and then, Karsten Mann has been playing that Blood Rover spot as a starter. He's a sophomore as well. So they do have a couple of, like, guys who are not seniors, but for the most part, the seniors are so good that it's made it hard for juniors to see the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But next year, those guys are going to be the whole team.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were talking about Annie Wright, I feel like.
Yeah, we were. And looking at Annie Wright, beat Coopville, beat Vashon Island, beat Evergreen, beat Clahoya. They lost to Life Christian, they only lost by 7, though. And Life Christian has been a really good team. But I think they dropped to 2B.
I think so, yeah.
But they've been a really good team the last few years. East Jefferson, that's a win. Cascade Christian is the only really good team that Annie Wright played, and they lost 42-6. And then wins against Linwood and Kingston. From Kingston to London town. Sorry. I'm doing psych now.
Hey, that's a good show.
Jamaican Inspector Man. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So it's hard to do a comparison with Annie Wright because number one, their schedule was pretty soft, but mostly they won. And then the two good teams they played against, they lost to.
Yeah. You look at Cascade Christian to see if there's some transitive properties in here.
Well, yeah.
Nope. But they did crush Eatonville. Take that, Eatonville.
There's some transitive properties because Cascade Christian crushed Kings.
Right.
And Kings played some teams that Monty played.
Oh, hey, let's look at those games. You know, they won 42-6 over Kings. This is my favorite when we get to this time of year. Kings.
Well, Kings played Elma.
Kings played a really close game with Nooksack Valley and won.
And won. That was one of Nooksack's losses.
And Nooksack beat Monty. So transitive property says Cascade Christian is way better than Montesano.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Also beat Elma 46-0.
Yep. They lost to Olympic.
And lost to Rochester.
Oh. What is going Gosh dang it.
The whole time,
tricked.
Daniel, this whole season, Kings has been the thing that makes transitive property so confusing. The whole year, Kings has made transitive property, like the win over Nooksack, and then getting thumped by Cascade Christian, and then losing to Rochester.
I'm so confused.
It really doesn't make a lot of sense.
What's going on?
So this is where transitive law doesn't really help us,
Dang
unfortunately.
It, Kings. Those darn private schools. All right. Montesano looks to be in the top 6, 7-ish teams.
I think six. I think 6.
You know, every time I never used to say 6, 7, and now
6, 7.
6, 7 like a bunch. I still don't know what it means.
It doesn't mean anything. No one knows what it means because it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, I'm glad.
Let's.
I thought that the kids were just telling us it didn't mean anything, and it actually did.
It actually doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're gonna 75% sure.
What if they've actually just tricked the internet into saying it doesn't actually mean anything while they all know in like a secret kid society?
Whoa.
Like the Kid Illuminati or something like that.
Illuminati.
I don't think that's how it works.
I shouldn't have. That was not good. Okay, so I'm gonna list from. This is from last week's Athlete of the Week. We got a whole bunch of nominees.
Yeah,
and
we should do this.
We only got to name one, which was Camille Vendivender. She is a Montesano freshman who was undefeated in league cross country and then won the cross country league title. I'm sure at least slightly aided by the fact that Haley Schweppe is playing soccer instead of doing cross country now. But
dude, that is so wild.
It is weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like be the best at cross country and then just decide you want to play soccer because you've already conquered cross country.
That's kind of how I viewed it too. Like, oh, I'm already the state champ. I might as well like play soccer now. And she's pretty good.
Yeah.
Which I guess, I mean, obviously if she's playing varsity.
Makes sense.
But yeah.
But yeah, Camille as a freshman, which again, like Haley was dominant as a freshman.
Yep.
Camille stepped in, was dominant as a freshman.
Yep.
PR'd at the exact right time in the 1A Evergreen League meet. So I know we posted already that Camille was the Athlete of the Week, so she got her attention. But congratulations to Camille Vendivender from Montesano on that. We also got a nomination for Montesano junior high athlete.
Was she evened trying hard? Sorry.
Nailed it. We got a nomination for a junior high athlete from Montesano named Helena Booz, who
junior high. Let's go.
Yeah, she won. She's been dominant. This was from Chad Allen.
Wasn't that from Chad Allen?
Yeah, it was.
A Hoquiam coach nominating a Montesano junior high cross country.
It's because Chad's the best.
Chad is the best,
and he supports all athletes.
Exactly.
But anyway, he nominated her. He said she's been dominant all season, and she won the women's 1.5 mile middle school Evergreen 1A League Championship with a time of 9 minutes and 33.79 seconds. And looking at the next time behind her,
40 seconds behind.
40 seconds behind. So congratulations, awesome. Helena Booz. That was really good. We got a nomination also for Riley Wixon last week for 2 rushing touchdowns and a game-sealing pick 6.
Because he's a stud.
We also got, and that was also to clinch the that was the game that clinched the pigtail game.
Yep.
That next message was the one that ended up being the athlete of the week. We got a nomination for Tyler Keaton from Willapa Valley High School. She is a sophomore. We've been saying her name a lot over the last couple years, even since 8th grade, I think. Her varsity volleyball stats this last week were 20 in a game against PL, 23 kills, a block, and 7 digs. And then a game against Merriam Knight, 3 aces, 14 kills, and 2 blocks. And then against RSB, 2 aces, 17 kills, 4 blocks, 9 digs, and 3 assists.
That's a lot of things.
Tyler Keaton, absolute stud.
Yep.
We got a nomination for Grace Gooding. She committed to play softball at Lower Columbia.
I was excited, and then you said Lower Columbia.
I know
I
know it's a rivalry thing. Lower Columbia's been really good. It's a really good program.
It's not really a rivalry thing because if Grace Harbor and Lower Columbia were rivals, so it would be like, I don't know. I'm going to say the Yankees and the Mariners.
Ooh.
But then that hurt me to say, too.
Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud.
All of the teams I root for versus all the teams that are actually good. That's what that would be, because Lower Columbia is awesome at everything.
It'd be like if the New York Knicks were rivals with the Indiana Fever.
I'm so confused right now.
That was NBA and WNBA.
I know. It's 2 different things.
We also got a nomination out of North Beach.
Let's go.
Dakota Brown.
Yeah, dude, he had a
from
massive
North
game.
Beach. Final stats in this game. This, again, was from last week, but 298 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, and also had an interception on the defensive side of the ball. So congratulations, big time there. That was rounding out the nominations from last week. So for this week, we got a nomination from your dad live on the air for Micah Schroeder.
Yep.
Obvious.
4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, 128 rushing yards in that win over to 9-0.
When I saw my dad yesterday, he said, "How many did Micah end up with?" And I said 4, and he's like, "Well, obvious athlete of the week right there." And I was like, "Well, I don't know. Somebody might have done something better. I don't know."
We got a nomination also for Zach Timmons from Montesano football. I'd have to hammer down the exact stats because one we got 247 yards, the other one we got 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. Either way, Zach had a great game.
Yeah.
And you kind of get the escalator that's the East County Civil War game. I don't know. I feel like there's been some other good rivalries that kind of take out the steam from that rivalry a little bit. Also, when you have a rivalry that tends to get dominated by one side and then that one side wins. It would be different if it was if Elma wins and an Elma kid has a huge game.
Yeah.
That would be a massive escalator. Right?
That'd be like a 3-story escalator.
Right, exactly. So I think we kind of we're weighing out how much of an escalator the rivalry game is there. And then we got another nomination for Aaliyah Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
She is a phenomenal athlete.
Yes. I feel bad because we get a nomination. Well, I'm glad we get a nomination for her every week because keep doing that. She deserves to be talked about.
Also, we've gotten nominations for her from different people. It's not one person is doing it every single time.
Yeah, keep nominating her. We know she's amazing. It definitely hurts volleyball players that we don't really know much about volleyball.
We don't know ball.
We don't know v-ball, man.
I know volleyball.
You're
enough.
From Hawaii. You're supposed to know v-ball.
I know volleyball. Don't call it v-ball. People don't
v-ball.
like that.
Really?
I don't know.
Hawaiians don't like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're going to offend the Polynesian people who watch our show.
I don't want to. That's a
Jackson
strong base for us. It's our strong Polynesian base.
So, yeah, I think Aaliyah had 18 kills on 30 attempts in a game. And also, she has just had really great stat game after really great stat game. But we understand volleyball to a point. So yes, I covered volleyball. I can watch volleyball. I can watch a volleyball match and know who's good and who's not good, and I can understand and follow the whole thing. But if I try to look at volleyball stats at the end, it's kind of hard to sort out what's really impressive. We can see a 300-yard rusher and know what that means.
Right.
But I don't know quite as easily what 16 kills means.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it means.
Usually it means a tall person who jumps high hit the ball really hard a lot.
Oh, sorry, 18 kills. I didn't mean to sell her short. It's hard, and also because, like, when I was covering volleyball, I was watching the Jordan Spradlin teams. And Jordan was, like, a freak of an athlete.
What?
Like,
no, I'm just kidding.
One of the greatest athletes, regardless of gender, I've ever seen in my life.
Gender or sport. She
yeah,
did all
or
of them.
sport. Yeah.
Like, yeah, she was insane.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have a direction you're leaning here?
I
just threw my phone on the ground.
I do have a direction I'm leaning. But it also is kind of a meaningless game now that I think about it.
Which one?
The Tenino Aberdeen game.
Was it?
I mean, it didn't change anything in the standings or anything. I don't know. I guess if they lost, they might have had a much worse matchup in the state playoffs. So maybe it wasn't meaningless. It just wasn't like a league game or a rivalry game. But it was Tenino, so there's that escalator that they beat Tenino and we hate Tenino.
Yeah, I think there's a part of, like, and again, I'm seeing this all from a distance. I don't know Micah. I've had, like, passing interaction with him.
Right.
Like a little nod.
Yep.
You know? I don't know him. But the injury stuff that he's been dealing with.
Yeah, that's true.
Having missed some time, and then I know he's still hurt.
Yeah.
And he still played and went out there and not just played, but, like, carried the load offensively, like the same way that Sam Schreiber did a few weeks ago when it was like, oh, shoot, Riley's out, Micah's out, we're just going to give Sam the ball.
Yep.
Micah had 22 carries in this game, playing on a bad leg.
Yeah.
And he scored 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And so, like, there's a part of, like, watching it happen
that
it's hard to ignore the fact that what he was overcoming to do that.
Yeah. Dude, he's so good. Some of his runs are just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
And he really did. Like, when you watch Micah, like, he's a great open field runner.
Yeah.
But he's such a good runner in congestion.
Yeah.
Where, like, he has the instinct of, here's the guy I need to juke to get to that spot, because if I get to that spot, I can break over to this spot. And he seems to be able to, like, see a couple steps and a couple levels ahead of where he is.
Did you see well, I know you saw the play, but remember the play where he, like, juked a guy, stiff-armed a dude, hurdled a guy, and then as he was landing from hurdling a guy, like, lowered his shoulder and took the impact and yet still fell forward?
Yes.
That was awesome.
And
I didn't have any, like, analysis. That was awesome.
It's like, in a way, I feel like it's kind of lame because, like, Micah is just like he's the freak athlete. He's the guy who, like, the same way we talk about Michaela Stanfield from Monty last year, where it's like, oh, I'm an amazing athlete. I'm gonna go do that other athlete thing, and then he just goes and places at state diving.
Yeah.
Where it's just a thing he decided to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Where he's that kind of freak athlete.
Yep.
Where we're watching him play football.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get numb to what a special type of athlete he is.
Yeah.
And so, in a way, I feel like it's kind of lame because we just there's the same guys we talk about over and over again.
Right.
And Micah has been athlete of the week
a lot,
several times.
Yes, a lot.
But it's hard to, like, put myself in the position of him having like a bad leg.
Yep.
And deciding to go out there and play a game that well and score 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to just push it to the back of my mind like it doesn't deserve some extra recognition.
Yeah.
So
that's where I was leaning to.
With, like, the hardest nod possible to Zach Timmons and Aaliyah Kennedy, which, by the way, watch out during basketball season for Aaliyah Kennedy because I feel like we're going to end up in this situation with her.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about, like, 14 different 2020 games.
Yeah.
She's going to have 20 points, 20 rebounds.
And we're not going to do her dirty like we did with her older sister, Chloe, where we just never name her athlete of the week, despite the fact that she's amazing all year. Yeah. I think I'm leaning in the direction of Micah Schroeder for athlete of the week.
Me too. Me too. Congratulations, Micah. Again, you've continued to plateau as the height of your success. which obviously the best thing you can do is win Athlete of the Week from the Scrimmage. Spivey Realty Athlete of the Week. Thank you again to Spivey Realty and the Law Office of Jeffrey A. Damashevitz.
We got a late nominee. Sorry, Chase, I didn't read it early enough.
Shoot.
I nominate Frank Roberts for taking second in the cross-country league meet. Helped the boys team take second in districts. First Elma boys cross-country team to make state in 20 years, I believe.
Oh.
You know what? Dang it. We
That's
definitely would have named him Athlete of the Week if I had read that earlier. But sorry, Chase. We already said it was Micah. So,
dude, you know we only name cross-country winners when they win something. Like, nobody ever gets it for playing second.
He won second place.
That is not a thing. That's awesome, though, Chase. Thanks for telling us about that, especially the team making it to state. That's really...
I think we're going to organize, maybe after football season is over, having Chase join the show, whether it's in person or via Zoom, one way or the other, and kind of talk about... like for those of you who don't know Chase, he is a somewhat recent Elma graduate. I think a couple years ago he graduated high school. He is just at everything. He goes to all the different sports. He's a very smart sports person in like across a lot of different sports.
Yep.
He is a person that I have depended on a lot for information and analysis, and he's super helpful. But he'll be able to give you guys a really good picture of Elma sports as a whole, and he'll be really honest about what he thinks about how things are going. So we're going to definitely organize some kind of way for Chase to join us, whether it's in person or via Zoom over the next probably month or so.
Nice.
Probably post football season, but before basketball gets into full swing.
Nice. Right before we move on to like some short regional stuff that we're going to talk about.
Baseball.
Yeah. I ran into Kylan Touch's mom this week, and I was just like flooded with Kylan Touch memories of how good he was. He was so good, dude. Ugh.
He was a Micah Schroeder.
Dude, Kylan Touch.
He was like a oh my gosh, that guy's amazing.
He was one of the first guys who burst onto the scene as a free safety for their team.
Sophomore, right?
Yeah. And then I started noticing that trend in local teams where like they had a young stud, and to get him on the field, they let him play free safety. Like Kyler Pranny. I first noticed him as a free safety as a sophomore, and it was just like something I kept noticing, like, oh, the really young kids who play free safety, they're going to be amazing. And
Kyler Pranny was so good.
Dude, so good.
He was so good.
Kylan Touch, Kyler Pranny. Dang, I should have named my kid something that started with like a Kai something. Not
Just name him Kai.
No, that doesn't work.
Kyler.
He would be so excited.
Kyland. Because we had Kyland Halstead.
Yeah. See, he transferred from Oregon State baseball, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think he might have. Yeah, stupid transfer portal.
Chortle.
All right.
Baseball.
I'm not sure if I feel up to talking about baseball.
You want to save it for next week?
I just want to say briefly, I'm glad the Dodgers won. I know there's so many different views. So I'm gonna name a bunch of different views that I've heard about why you choose who you're gonna root for in a situation like this. One of the most common ones I've heard, my father-in-law and others have said this: hey, if a team beats me, I want them to win the whole thing because then I can make an argument that I was second best.
I have thought that before.
I feel really bad because I was going into this presenting, here's all the reasons, and I was just going to say them without saying why I think they're dumb.
Just do it. Lean into it. Why do you think they're dumb?
It's not that I think they're dumb.
But you think they're dumb, though.
I don't care about being second best. So when the Astros win the World Series after beating the Mariners and they say, our toughest series was against the Mariners, a lot of people are like, oh, we were second best. And I'm like, cool? Like, there's no... Why does that... Second best is first loser, my friend. Like, and I know that when you're playing youth sports, that's cool. That's an accomplishment. I wish I would have been more excited about the time my Little League team took second place instead of throwing a pity party about it, because the next, 12 years of baseball, my team was god-awful, and I'm like, you know what? Second place was actually pretty fun. But when you're a professional team and you're a fan of the only team that has never made it to the World Series, I don't really care that the team who beat you went on to win the World Series, and you can kind of make yourself feel like, oh, well, we're second best, even though the tournament that you were just in said no. That's not the case. I get that sentiment, though. So Justin, you know I personally have a struggle with if people don't agree with me. I think they're not thinking clearly.
Oh, usually you think they're not just that they're not thinking clearly. You will call people stupid.
No, see, that's the
or
thing.
dumb.
I'm working on that.
Okay.
I'm working on that. I've now changed. I've rebranded that to not thinking clearly.
Okay. So it's more of like a mental health thing.
It is something that you showed me that I do that, and I've been actively working on that since.
Okay.
So I do realize that rational people can come to a different conclusion than me.
Okay.
And they're still being rational and logical. Isn't that how warped my brain is? My brain's pretty warped that I think that.
You're just a dude.
What is another thing? People were rooting against the Dodgers because they bought everybody. That's a valid. I can see that. They outspent everybody, and a lot of people thought that's, and in some people's opinion, that's why the Yankees were always evil. I always used to think the Yankees were evil because they were the Yankees and they were evil, and then they also bought everybody.
I think you're right about that.
Where I feel like the Dodgers weren't necessarily evil, but then they started buying everybody, which I can get. You can root against that. That seems
well. The Dodgers.
Everybody who told me that, I was like, yeah, I get it. I wish my team had a lot of money, and I also can be upset with the Dodgers, like the franchise, because I wanted Ohtani, I wanted Freeman, I wanted Betts, I wanted Yamamoto. There are so many guys on that team where I'm like, those are types of players that I root for them as players, even though they're not Mariners. And so I can be upset at the Dodgers in general, but also I love Freeman. I love Ohtani. I love Yamamoto. I love who was the other guy I mentioned? Betts. I love those guys. So I'm kind of happy that they won a World Series. I love Kershaw. And you know, a decent amount of those guys were, or not a decent amount, but some of those guys were homegrown and some of them were traded for. So not all of those were purchased. Freaking Freeman wanted to be a Brave. And the Braves were like, oh, you want a little bit more money? See ya. And he was like, oh.
Well, the Braves couldn't compete with the money that the Dodgers were willing to pay him. Isn't that an argument for the other side of it?
I'm pretty sure the Braves signed a first baseman before Freeman was paid. I'm not
because they knew they were going to lose him to the Dodgers.
Yes. Well, they knew they weren't going to be able to pay for it.
They knew they weren't going to be able to compete with the money that the Dodgers were going to give
Are you
him.
telling me the Braves couldn't spend that money on one guy in Freddie Freeman who just helped them win a World Series? Like,
is that stupid?
No.
Am I not thinking clearly?
Dang it.
No, I think I'm mostly with you on that.
But you get I understand people who want to root against that. And I do think that it hurts the game in general.
And I my thing, which Andrew called me out on my hypocrisy. By the way, I have no problem admitting that in the way I root for sports, there's some hypocrisy in it. But to me, NBA, MLB, totally different. So it was for me like Miami Heat.
Right.
That was totally a LeBron thing. That was like I rooted for LeBron. So when LeBron went to Miami, yeah, they stacked a super team, but I still rooted for him. But to me, in baseball, because the salary cap rules are so different, they do have a luxury tax the same way basketball does, but it's much less severe than the basketball luxury tax.
And doesn't basketball still kind of have a salary cap in some way?
In the sense that when you go past there's different levels of luxury tax, and when the further you go, the more you pay. To the point that when you get to a certain point, it's prohibitive.
Okay.
So technically, if someone had literal unlimited money, they could just spend whatever they wanted, but it's not really practical. But in baseball, because they do have that soft cap of luxury tax, but it's not nearly as severe as the NBA. When teams do what the Yankees and the Mets and the Dodgers do, one of my favorite things is to laugh at those teams when they fail. And so, like, the Mets failed spectacularly this year, and that was really fun to laugh at. And so, like, I wouldn't even say necessarily that I have, like, specific animosity towards the Dodgers, but I think if the Dodgers win the World Series after, like, spending so much money on their roster, it's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like, if the ultimate outcome is the team that spends the most money wins,
right,
it's kind of boring.
Right. And really quick, I agree with you, but I think the fact that Toronto just pushed it to 7, and that isn't always the outcome in the pros. Like, I know the Dodgers have won the last 2.
And extra innings in the 7th game.
Yeah, exactly. And there was some, 18, 17 innings in another game in this. Like, there were some wild games in there. I think that shows that that's not just how it happens, but also to root for Toronto with guys like Vladimir Guerrero, Bo Bichette, George Springer. Like, this isn't some scrappy little team with a bunch of cheap nobodies on it. Like, these are dudes who are either about to or are getting paid a butt ton of money. So it's not like they beat some scrappy small market team. No, they just beat Toronto, the largest city in Canada, who the entire nation of Canada roots for and is their fan base and helps pay their revenues. Like, they have a ton of money. They have a ton of money to spend. Also, here's the rundown of what happened with Freddie Freeman. Freeman became a free agent and expected to re-sign with Atlanta. However, contract negotiations broke down, reports suggesting the two sides were at a stalemate in length and value. Then, while Freeman was a free agent, the Braves traded for Matt Olson. Mm-hmm. Then Freeman signed a deal with the Dodgers, and then he had like a super emotional press conference.
Right,
leaving
and
the
then
Braves.
also like...
So like
I don't want to do this thing where I like bash on Freddie Freeman because I think Freddie Freeman's like a cool guy.
He's a good
but he
dude.
did this thing too where like he was already a Dodger and then he like totally broke down and started bawling like a baby during a press conference about how bad he wanted to be a Brave.
Yeah, that was weird.
I lost a lot of respect for him in that moment because I was like, okay, like number one, be a man. Like stop being a little baby boy.
Dude, I cry
and number
all the
two,
time.
How would you feel as a member of the Dodgers seeing one of your best players crying over how badly he wants to play for another team?
Was that before or after he played like through a high ankle sprain in the playoffs and helped lead them to a World Series?
I think it was before that.
I think you're right.
I think it was the first season.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was weird. I will 100% give you. That was super
I'm sorry,
weird.
I shouldn't have called him a little baby boy. That was too far.
Baby boy.
That was a little bit too much. I struggle with vulnerability, and I don't like it when other men show vulnerability publicly.
So here's the completely valid, perfectly logical, absolute response that people should have had, which is rooting against Toronto because they're evil.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I realized that my actual side on this is is the least logical and mostly emotional reason is I hate George Springer because he's a cheater.
Yeah.
I used to like Vlad Guerrero, but he, for some reason, thought the Mariners beaned him on purpose and started yelling at their dugout after he scored a run after that.
Vlad Jr. hates the Yankees too, which would make me like him if he wasn't so weird in other ways.
I loved him before he did that. And then I was so emotional that I was like, oh, I hate you now. That literally happened. And their coach, as Ian says, wait, is this a PG-13 word? I'm not sure. I don't even know what this is 100%, but Ian says their coach is a chode. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm whatever it sounds like.
I'll tell you later.
It sounds like what he is. And yeah, so I was all about hating on Toronto. And then the bench is cleared because some random dude on their team, not even one of their superstars, gets hit in the hand. And Toronto starts running out on the field like they freaking meant to beat some random bit player. And you're like, you guys are just the worst. Stop it. Stop. I hate them. And also their fans take over T-Mobile every time the Toronto Blue Jays come there, and then drives me nuts.
Francis said he has no problem with the way the Dodgers spend.
Well, yeah, obviously.
he's a Yankee fan, so
that's awesome.
He loves teams who spend excessively.
Yeah.
And then, well, usually the teams that that Francis roots for that spend excessively just fail spectacularly.
Yeah.
Including with the worst or the most overrated player of all time, Mariano Rivera.
What the heck?
Not just most overrated baseball player of all time, but most overrated athlete of all time.
Dude, this is bizarre. I just read the Gold Gloves just got announced. I didn't even know Ty France played for the Blue Jays, but he won the Gold Glove this year at first base.
What?
Yeah.
He wasn't playing for the Blue Jays while I was paying attention.
No. Or maybe he was hurt, but still, that's wild. Dang it.
Any Mariners?
Julio did not win it, and
Cal
Raleigh, platinum award winner the previous year, didn't even make the finalists this year. Explain that.
Because he had pass balls.
No, he didn't.
I was being ironic. I'm sorry. I should have explained that better. I saw the fire in your eyes.
I reacted.
No pass balls. Bad job by me.
Of course, he didn't have any pass balls. Anyway, so yeah, no Mariners.
Zero
Mariners.
Well, their defense wasn't great.
No, it wasn't great. But Julio was really good.
Julio was really good.
Julio was our shot.
And Cal should have gotten it. What other loser is there out there?
It was the Detroit dude who also didn't have any pass balls. But it was mainly the fact that Cal wasn't even in the finalists. That was the weird part. Before we do we have anything else we want to talk about?
No.
I feel like we need Andrew for the Mariners post-mortem conversation.
Yeah, we do.
Before we sign off, the Seahawks are ahead 28-7, and I saw one. The Seahawks are good, man.
Yeah, your daughter plays quarterback for him.
She does.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
The last I saw an update that said that Darnold had 3 touchdown passes and he was 10 for 10 at the time. So he's now 13 for 13, 229 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half.
So he's pretty good, huh?
I think he's pretty good.
I think he's pretty good.
How's Geno Smith doing this year?
Bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I really have to use the bathroom.
I also have to use the bathroom. Luckily, there's 2 bathrooms.
Is there? I didn't know that.
I can go in
Somebody
my
was
bedroom.
in the bathroom before, and nobody offered me the second bathroom.
Bad job by them.
Oh. Anyway.
Show over.